Welcome back, my fellow plastic benders, to 3D Bend Crafts Made Easy. My name is DK, and today we will be crafting a pretty big diorama of a Game Boy Advance with a Pokemon battle. Before I go into any further details, I would like to mention that all the pieces are fully shown while being sped up. If one would like to tune in on a specific part, check out the chapters down in the description. Okay, let's get back to it. This diorama is something that I've been longing to create for quite some time now. And despite the errors I made crafting it, I'm really happy how it turned out and I learned a lot from it. As most of my crafts up until this point has been a lot smaller in size, the difficulties of making something this big hasn't been as apparent before I started crafting this one. I will try to note on some of these as we go along. As Agumon is shown as all orange or all yellow, I tried to use the orange as the shadows of him as being yellow, and I think this worked out great. Crafting ladders is a new element that I haven't done before, and I already figured that trying to keep the readability intact was going to be the biggest challenge, especially for the smaller ladders in the piece. What helped me the most was starting and stopping often, so just adding small pieces and build up each ladder. When designing ladders, try to give the lines enough space around it to make it easier. For the Pokemon trainer, I added some detailed lines in the legs and hair. In the hair, it came out fine, but in the legs, I think I could have done without. As the lines are too thick, it looks a bit off. The highlights in front of Turtwig came out way too thin to be added all together, so sadly it has been reduced to garbage. As as the grass of Archimonde is almost completely being covered, I decided to skip highlighting this. The background proved to be quite a hassle to craft. At first, I tried to go for all the white lines and then add the colors in between, but with the lines being this long, they came off while making the next ones. So definitely go back and forth with the colors. This is, unfortunately, best done with a secondary pen. For the Game Boy Advance, the hardest parts were connecting the purple to the black inner piece and to the purple outline. As the plastic cools, it shrinks and warps a lot, making it hard to work and connect the words to with large planes. So better would be to have started at the black and work towards the edge, and add a final outer line at the end of it. Working in straight lines did help out a lot, so I can definitely recommend doing that. To connect the pieces together, I opted to go for magnets to be able to detach them later on as well. And for the adhering of the magnets, I at first tried to double tape them and secondly tried to glue them to the pieces. This was a long and sticky process that didn't work out properly. I think mostly because of the back sides being way too rough to work with. And as this video is long enough as it is, I just threw those out. So I decided to make another piece for experimenting, and encapsulating the magnets seemed to work out the best. Torterra on itself actually went pretty decent. I think I could have done the lower rear foot as completely black, as it's directly placed against the opposite front foot using the same colors, it lacks in contrast. And for the biggest plane of 3 leaves, surely it would have been easier to finish with the black outlines. The single most major error that I made is that I crafted Torterra without mirroring it, leading it to face the wrong direction. As I was hours into crafting Torterra and almost nearing completion, I just opted to do some image magic to show the initial design. Without any further ado, as it should have been. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and happy bending everyone.